Welcome one and all. I love science. I may not be a witch, but here I am. I'm the Science Witch, and welcome to another ship analysis video. We are on week, I think, 9 of our Summer of Hitalia, and before we get into the actual analysis of this ship, there are a few things I want to clear up. Obviously, by the title, we're going to be analyzing SpaMano, Spain and Romano. So the things I want to cover up are 3 things that I see for people who do not like this ship. And those 3 things are, is SpaMano considered pedophilia? Is SpaMano incest? And is Spain a pedophile? First, is it incest? No. Spain and Romano never refer to each other as brothers. They are never referenced to be brothers. There's just really no implication of them being brothers at all. I mean, Spain even considers himself Romano's boss. That just sparked an idea. Why have I never seen an Office or Job AU of a SpaMano fanfic where Spain is Romano's boss at a new job? I mean, sure, Italy refers to him as Big Brother Spain, but Italy does that with a lot of the older nations, and I think that's sort of a term of endearment. Is Spain a pedophile? No. Yeah, I must admit, Spain does say some questionable things about Romano. I mean, the one that comes to my mind quickest is when Romano was being attacked by Turkey, and before that, he's behind a tree, and he's like, he's adorable when he's so completely terrified. It's like, Spain! My boy, calm your shit! That's kinda creepy. Like, that comes off very creepy, especially the way he says it and his facial expression when he does say it. Like, buddy, calm down. But that's really the only thing that comes to my mind when it comes to Spain being creepy or being sort of predatory towards Chibi Romano. No, other than that, I see Spain as being nothing more than a good caretaker towards Romano, as a respectable adult. Honestly, Spain is just too precious. I love Spain. And last but not least, is the ship itself pedophilic? No! No, it's not! Each of the Hitalia characters has its own physical age. You know, because if they were all the age of their actual countries, then they'd all be fucking piles of dust. Spain is 25 in his physical appearance. His physical age is 25, while Romano is about 22 or 23 years old physically. That's a 3-year difference. I mean, that's a closer age gap than it is between America and England, which is an even more popular ship in this fandom. So, unless it is fan art or fan fiction or a doujinshi of Chibi Romano in Spain, it's not pedophilia. And yes, I have seen Chibi Romano and Spain fan art, and it's like, give them, and it's gross. I do not condone that. Regardless, we've been talking about those enough. Let's, try to actually analyze this. And SpaMano is probably one of the top 5 most popular ships in Hitalia, for good reason. It's got a lot of evidence to back it up, and considering they don't live together, but Romano is seen with Spain a large majority of the time, it's understandable that they have a close relationship despite Romano's standoff nature towards other nations, which is actually touched on in his character bio by the creator of Hitalia. He said that Romano is very rude and standoffish towards other nations, but when it comes to tourists or citizens or neighbors of his country, he's completely fine. He's actually very nice, which I think is something that's really cute and a lot of times overlooked. He's not a total asshole. I mean, yeah, he's kind of an asshole, but, you know, he's not always bad. No one's always 100% terrible. Besides maybe Hitler. Regardless, it's one of those hate ships, but it's only one-sided hate. which is Romano towards Spain. And it's not even really hate, it's more of annoyance. Spain, or Romano, acts annoyed towards Spain because he sort of babies him, I guess, and is like, might be a little affectionate with him, but Romano just has a general frustration, and a lot of that comes from his envy and disdain towards his brother, which is unfortunate, and that's because a lot of people liked Italy better than Romano because Romano was such a little bitch. I know I've mentioned Afrida Zane's Sweetheart before in my Garrida analysis and headcanons video, but I have a confession. I have not read Bésame Mucho, and before the gasps come from the peanut gallery, I didn't have the time. I mean, that's kind of a lie, because I spend a lot of my time playing video games, while I could be reading fan fiction. But I haven't read Bésame Mucho yet. I'm still recovering from Afrida Zane's Sweetheart. From the interaction that they have in Fanon, it's like Romano is hardly ever seen separated from Spain, and I think that has a huge say in their relationship, because it's clear that Romano does, I think, internally value his and Spain's relationship. And I think Spain is one of the only nations who could really tolerate or understand or put off Romano's attitude. I mean, he seemed to handle it well when Romano was chibi, but other than that, I don't know if any of the other nations could have handled Romano. I mean, I think that's why Austria gave him to Spain in the first place. Spain is also very clueless, I guess. He's not very good at reading the mood of scenarios, which I think would frustrate Romano even more if he was trying to display his romantic feelings in a subtle way. Spain would never pick it up. He'd have to be blunt. I don't know. I feel like the confessions would come out when drunk. Like, maybe Spain would say something to Romano while he was drunk, and they would kiss, and Romano would think Spain wouldn't remember because he was drunk, and then the next day when Spain wakes up, he's just like, hey, so that kiss was pretty nice. And Romano, turns all red and like fucking punches him in the mouth when Spain tries to get another kiss. But that's probably already been written in a fanfic before, but I like this ship. The headcanon video is probably gonna be a lot better because it's sort of hard to understand the dynamic in the relationship and to explain it. But yay! Finally touching on SpaMano! And I'm looking forward to making the headcanon video for this, and I guess that's pretty much it. I know I spent quite a while discussing the sort of debunking the things that a lot of people talk about with this ship, but I don't really know how much to say when it comes to analyzing it. It's got the historical backgrounds. I mean, I don't really have the time to explain the historical backgrounds. They spend a lot of time in the beginning of the video. But there's just, if you go onto the wikis and just look at their relationship and everything, it's clear implications that they very much care for one another, especially Spain towards Romano. And I think after Spain tried to trade Romano for Italy, that was when he he realized how upset that made Romano, and that was probably the really high point of when Spain actually realized that he may be a brat, but he's a cute brat, and I'm gonna take care of him. So Spain was a great caretaker, and no one can tell me otherwise, and I think a relationship between him and Romano would actually go very well, despite how rocky it may seem on the outside. Anyways, I gotta wrap this up because I gotta head out to my dad's in a few minutes. That is basically it for my SpaMano analysis. It's just a really good relationship, and I think that they really do care about one another, despite how much Romano may deny it. Regardless, if you enjoyed this video and want to see what kind of other random shenanigans I am up to in my life, I have my Instagram, Tumblr, Vine, and Twitter in the description below. And, if you have any headcanons you want to share with me about SpaMano, or if you agreed about any of my SpaMano analysis, leave those down in the comments below. I love discussing these kinds of things with you guys, so feel free. And that being said, thank you guys so much for taking your time to watch this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, take a stab at that like button to let me know, and I hope to see each and every one of you sometime in the very near future. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Bye! What's that?
How can you even recording that?
It's nice, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you still recording?
Yes.
Making YouTube famous.